And John Kelly back live here at Scott Trade Center, obviously joined by Blues General Manager Doug Armstrong, who made one move earlier today, sending Paul Stastny to Winnipeg for a first-round draft choice in this year's draft and also young prospect Eric Foley. Doug, first of all, thanks for joining us. Your thoughts on the trade and how it came about today?
Yeah, it was a difficult decision, I think, for our organization and for Paul. Something that I broached with him last week, saying that I hope not to get to this point after our game against Nashville. We had two big games on Friday and Sunday, and after our results, I had called Paul and said that there's an opportunity to go to Winnipeg. Would you be interested? He talked to his family. He slept on it, and he and I talked again this morning. And I was certainly comfortable if he had stayed here and soldiered on with the group. But it gives him an opportunity to go play in Winnipeg. Also gives us an opportunity to continue down the path we're on with our younger players and prospects. I had a lot of phone calls, obviously, on our four top forward prospects, Costin, Thompson, Thomas, and Kyrou, and it was something that we didn't really want to entertain this at this point where our team is at, and so what we did was add another first-round pick to this year's draft. We did spend some time talking to teams about that first-round pick, what we could acquire right now, but it just felt that we're better off to either use that as a draft in Dallas at the entry draft, or see what's available there.
What can you tell us about Eric Foley, who plays at Providence?
Yeah, he's a player that played in the World Junior team for the U.S. He's a point-a-game player the last 2 years at Providence College. A good skating player. Someone that we think fits into our group. Also, today's NHL skating is imperative, and this is a strong skater. I talked to Jake Wallman a little bit about him after the fact, and he gave him high praise. And so just another young player to add into that group. As I said, when we started 2 years ago making some very hard decisions, we have to stay consistent with that, and we're continuing that path to build towards what we believe could be a championship team in years to come.
Doug, you mentioned you took some calls, and you've been at this a long time. In war rooms on trade deadline day. Was it a fairly active day in your war room as far as the number of calls you made or took?
It picked up after the trade of Stastny, because we had an asset we were willing to consider moving in a first-round pick. Everyone circled back to, okay, if you move that pick, would you include those players that you said you wouldn't include before? And that was a no. So, we were close on a couple of things with that pick, but nothing that we believe would fit into what we were trying to do. Again, we weren't looking to move a player or a pick for someone for a year or two.
Doug, I know a year ago the Blues traded Kevin Shattenkirk, a very popular player, and down the stretch your team went 15-4-2 and made it to the second round. Obviously, you'd like the same kind of results.
Yeah, it's going to be certainly difficult without Paul. He's a really good pro and someone that our players have grown fond of over the last 3+ years. But there's a great opportunity now for some young players, and it's also a great opportunity for these guys to show their true character and step up and take charge of this group moving forward.
In particular, who might fill Paul's role in the final 20 games or so?
Well, I don't think we have someone that's going to actually just fill that role. It's going to be a group effort. I think Tage Thompson's going to get a good look to play in that group. I think other guys are going to have to slide in the middle. We've had Steen in the middle before. We've had different players in the middle, but that's up to Mike's discretion on how he wants to use the players. But there's a heck of a challenge there, and we'll see if the guys are up to the task, and I hope they are, and I know it's a difficult day for them, though.
Yeah. Doug, right now, as we know, the Blues are winless in 6 games, but your club was one of the very best in the league in the first 2 months. How do you get back to playing that way and get into the playoffs?
It's going to be, we're going to start out. We'll have to really tighten up defensively. We're giving up way too many goals, and I also think giving up way too many quality scoring opportunities. I think our defensemen need to defend again, and play from our goal line out, support our goaltenders, and then also we have to, our top players have to produce offense. And I don't think. It's a difficult situation, and it looks very gloomy right now based on our last 2 games. But it only takes one great effort, and we have that great effort tomorrow, and we're feeling good about ourselves for Wednesday night.
Doug, thank you for this. We appreciate it very much.
Okay, thank you, JK.
All right, Blues General Manager Doug Armstrong here at Scott Trade.